Next Door Neighbors is made possible by the support of the Nissan Foundation, the HCA Foundation, and by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
In the last 30 years, Nashville, Tennessee has become a destination for immigrants and refugees, but their stories often remain untold.
When we were about to get here, we were provided an orientation. They said, USA, you start again. So it's like we have to start again here.
In 8 documentaries, Nashville Public Television explores the stories of local communities, capturing new life in a mid-sized Southern American town.
Often my sisters and I, we joke about it and we say we're the Americans because we're not fully Kurds, we're not fully Americans, and we're in between.
I feel very passionate about Nashville, and when I talk about Nashville, it's like I'm talking about my city.
Each community brings a changing combination of assets and challenges, but they are unified by a common aspiration. They all seek a better life, a permanent solution, and a new home.
But for us, I think we're trying to have some kind of good life at least, because we have struggled a lot to have some good future. So I am looking, just dreaming for something better which can help me to, progress.
New lives and a new identity for Nashville and our next-door neighbors.
If we educate ourselves and our young generation, we can catch up with this fast-moving life in America, which is the final goal. How we can take the positive and drop the negative, and then be part of the community, the big moving community.
Next Door Neighbors.
Storytellers.
Beginning in 2010, through the support of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and the Nissan Foundation, Next Door Neighbors Storytellers took a more personal approach by training and equipping local immigrants and refugees to produce their own stories. The Storytellers Project expanded not only our capacity to deliver content, but the capacity of immigrants and refugees to share their experiences.
I look back to my childhood playground where the kids taught me English. Today, my job is dedicated to teaching English, so I can pass the same hope my mom had for me to immigrants and refugees who've come to the U.S. It was pretty awesome using, video equipment for the first time to talk to my family and look within my own story and put it all together and be able to share it with, the public.
For me, it's important because there's a lot of people like me in the same situation.
Once you get involved, it's not that hard as it looks like, and it motivates you to even do more things and tell more about your life.
I thought it was going to be easy at first, but it's kind of hard, but and fun at the same time.
At my school, we have a day called International Day. I wanted to sort of document that.
It connects you to people, and I think that's what breaks down barriers.
Today, approximately 200 unique videos are available on YouTube and the Storytellers blog. By giving the videos a central home on the web, anyone interested in sharing the videos can easily link to them on our YouTube channel.
We've been able to send the videos to our funders. We've been able to show the video to different community organizations. We've been able to send the link by email, and I believe that folks watching are able to identify with the stories that are being told, whether it's the journey that a refugee has made to the United States, or it's how to cook a dish, or to perform a local ritual.
The people that we work with, refugees in the South Nashville community, are so often the recipient of knowledge and the recipient of information. They always have to listen and do what people say and figure out the system, and to be able to share with others a system that they're familiar with or a struggle that they have or just talk about their own experiences is something that I find particularly valuable.
My hope would be that eventually, right through this storytelling process, that our kids would feel more connected to the community, because if the community understands their stories and knows them better, then they'll feel more connected to each other.
With over 140 languages now spoken in Metro Public Schools, how do we include as many communities as possible under the Next Door Neighbors banner? We created the Next Door Neighbors short series to share the stories of as many communities and individuals as possible. Where Storytellers meets that goal on a very individual level, the Next Door Neighbors short series broadens the lens of Next Door Neighbors on air and online.
If we can continue to focus on all the good things that the city is doing, that we're doing as individuals, we'll truly end up being good neighbors for one another for the long term. What I'm hoping is that people can see my story, they can see all the other stories, and really see a community at work and how we can contribute to make the community as a whole better. The program Next Door Neighbors has shown me cultures, how they interact, but it also shows me how much we actually depend on each other.
It is very important to reflect the population that we have here in Nashville. Nashville is changing tremendously and very rapidly. To see that on TV and reflect the reality of what is happening in our city, it's amazing.
That reality can be seen in short-form documentaries like Rise. The story features an after-school program which focuses on improving the English language skills of Nashville's immigrant and refugee youth.
I was just really thrilled by how the documentary captured our students, captured their passion, their excitement, their personalities. Even just in such a short clip, you can really see that. I'd like for people to see English language learners, both refugees and immigrants, being a part of a really great program that helps them in their English. Next Door Neighbors really helps us accomplish that goal because people get to see not just a program like ours for youth, but they get to see people of all different ages, they get to see people from all different ethnic groups and country backgrounds.
Next Door Neighbors not only connects immigrants to resources in the community, but strengthens those resources and the individuals who offer them.
One of the most important things for me as an ESL teacher is learning about people, their stories, and their cultures. And Next Door Neighbors is a perfect way to do that.
A lot of people think Nashville's just country music and good old boys, but we have all sorts of people from all over the world who live here. Next Door Neighbors brings that out very well in the documentaries that are shown on PBS here in Nashville, and they're wonderfully done.
By striving to show our city through the eyes of the immigrants and refugees that call Nashville home, Next Door Neighbors offers a fresh perspective on who we are today and how our paths have converged to make Nashville a more vibrant and diverse community.
Well, like always, till next week. Love you, Nashville.
I personally was raised on public television all of my life, but never in my wildest dream did I expect that basically would impact my life and the life of my family members directly as it has. My wife had only been here 2 years from Somalia. To see Next Door Neighbors gave her the opportunity to see her people in a better light than is normally portrayed in the media.
As our new neighbors rebuild their lives in Nashville, their experiences, contributions, and conflicts impact the city, but they are challenged by isolation and barriers unknown to many Nashvillians. How Nashville addresses its changing demographic will be important for the future of similar communities across the country.
As a survivor of the Rwandan genocide, I think it's very important to share our stories with our neighbors and with the world. People are going to be a lot more compassionate because they know. A lot of times people don't care because they're not aware. Next Door Neighbors brings that awareness.
Public television is such an important part of the community. They are the best way to tell stories.
I know that especially with Nashville Public Television, they are so intentional about being part of what's going on in the community, not being an observer, but really immersing themselves in what's going on in the community. And as a result, they're able to really tell stories at a deep level that move people. We have growth and we think it's a great thing, but we don't know where that's coming from. And especially in the Next Door Neighbors, I think they did such a great job of helping us understand that a large part of that growth is from the refugee and immigrant community, and that effectively working with and supporting and embracing that community is how we're going to continue our growth.